a phonics program that incorporates music along with phonics instruction. This is different from a basal series. In a basal, you just teach stories and sight words basically, and phonics skills haphazardly along the way. And this program goes in sequential steps, and it helps the children quite a lot with understanding the symbol nature of our language and the spoken language and written language and reading and how it all goes together. I teach in an inner city school, and these children have not had a lot of background in literacy. A lot of their parents are not real literate. There's not reading material in their houses, and they don't come to us understanding the nature of language. And I think that's the biggest help here, that they begin to see letters as symbols, sounds as symbols, and words, the written word as a symbol for the spoken word. And it ties it all together for them in the phonics program, I think. I find in my classroom I do an awful lot of reading aloud from good literature, great children's books that these children may have missed, to give them that kind of background and the motivation to want to learn. Oh boy, one of these days I'm going to be able to read those great books. But they can't read those great books until they have specific skills. And these, in this program, they learn those specific skills and very quickly can read a whole book. Now, it may not be one of those great books, but it is a book, and they can feel real ownership of that book because they can be 100% successful. And they are. In each book they read, they don't read the book until they know all the words for it. And they really know them. They're more internalized than just learning a long list of sight words. Kids are better at decoding in this program. They're not going to make some basic mistakes that children maybe have great comprehension. They understand what's happening in the story, which is what you want. So they come to a word and they say a totally different word. I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but I saw say they've looked at the picture, I saw the shelf when the word is book. But from the picture they are going to guess shelf. And I've seen that an awful lot in basal programs. A child in this program, a phonics program, would never make a mistake like that. The first letter, they look at those first letters. And they also have to look at the ending letters. So they're not going to say boot instead of book. We teach them to look at the beginning consonant as well as the vowel sound, and then always an ending sound. So there's really only two sounds they're putting together in a one-syllable word. So you don't have problems where a child may say, that's hard to get to man. And this program, that's a little bit different than what I was talking about, but this program also helps them in making it quicker to get to the word, quicker way to get to the word. I think that the program lends itself to self-confidence building. Children feel success very quickly. They feel a lot of success just in learning the songs, since it's the format is done musically, the repetition. Everybody can sing along the commercials and advertisements on TV and songs on the radio, and the kids just pick that up so quickly. And as they continue to do that repetition, they internalize those sounds, and then they feel real successful. And all the way through, not just the beginning where they're learning the little nitpicky, just the consonants and the short vowels, but when they get into bigger words, then they soar. They're so excited that they can read. And after we go through, say, one semester on this program in first grade, the children can read virtually any first grade material. And so now all of a sudden we're in some good literature, the literature that's been written for first graders, like Little Bear and, the Frog